Welcome back. And for those of you just watching first on YouTube, welcome to the Bill Russo Show. You are listening, and if this is on YouTube and you're watching it, you are watching a program called The Bill Russo Show, brought to you by City World Radio Network. We are on www.cityworldradio network. It's www.cityworldradionetwork.com, cityworldradionetwork.com. We are also available, as of about 30 days ago, we are available on TuneIn Radio. So if you have a mobile device or on the internet, you can go to tunein.com and look for local stations, or in your search box, type in City World Radio, and you can listen to the City World Radio Network right there on your phone or on the computer, and you can see all our shows. Our shows are also archived on our website, and you can download any show and have it in as a podcast to listen to. And this is a great show for you to download. I tell you, these are wonderful guests, starting with Cristina Cho and our band members from Exotik Robotz, who we will introduce in a short while. You heard a little bit of the song In Time, which has got a great beat, great melody. What do you think, Cristina?
I liked it a lot. I do. I think this was the first time the first one I heard from them because of the music video on YouTube. Yes, I liked it a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, I want to give some shout-outs too. First, I want to give a shout-out to Stephanie Wilson, who is a writer, a producer, director, stage set designer, seamstress, actress. She does it all, and she produces some wonderful productions, one of which I was honored to participate in a staged reading, which is one of the preliminary steps before a play is actually staged on a stage, and I want to thank Stephanie Wilson for asking me to be part of the production of The Grinder, and look for that on my Facebook page and in Stephanie Wilson's Facebook page in future announcements. A wonderful play, part of a trilogy called Women Who You Thought You Knew. Very interesting.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, we thought we knew Cristina Cho, but I come to find out after I got her bio that in addition to being an actress, she's also a graphic designer.
Yes, I am.
And she does and can do websites.
Yes, I can do websites.
And very importantly, not only did she come to New York to learn acting, she came to New York and is now a part of the Alan Gordon Studio, which teaches the Meisner technique, and she is the person behind the scenes. She is the administrative assistant, administrative chief, the head honcho.
I don't think I'm the head honcho.
Well, you can't get in the door without going through. Yeah.
I would say that.
How did you get into like that deeply involved in the acting studio itself?
Well, I was actually Alan Gordon, my acting coach of the Alan Gordon Studio. He asked me how to do some promotions on the social networks like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I was, I showed him around, showed him ropes on how to do, statuses and how to promote on the groups on Facebook and on his business page, and on, how to tweet on Twitter and, LinkedIn. And he liked, apparently he liked what I was doing. He liked my marketing skills, so he asked me to be his administrative assistant.
Tell us a little bit about the acting technique that is employed by Alan Gordon Studios.
The Meisner technique, well, it was developed by Sanford Meisner. It's we start off with the repetition exercises. Small repetition exercises where you look at the person in front of you, say the first thing you notice, you would say glasses, orange tie. Lipstick, yes, exactly. And you, during that exercise, the first stage of it, you would repeat what you hear, not necessarily what the other person is saying. You would repeat what you hear because, acting is also about listening to the other person. And the great thing about the Meisner technique, it gets you out of your head. Because when when you're doing acting, scene work especially, it's you have lines and everything, and of course when you go over lines and stuff, it can be some a lot of pressure on the actor. But with the Meisner technique, I actually found from doing the repetition exercises and from doing scene work, when you connect all the things together, right? Knowing the technique and having it free you from being worried about what you look like, or about what your lines are next or whatever. It frees you so much where you act impulsively. You go at your instincts, so to speak.
I've been told I look good on radio, but now I'm on YouTube. So
Yes, you
You
look
look fabulous, Bill,
You
on
look
radio.
fabulous. You're a hot number right now. Yes, smoking
well,
hot.
You look good.
we had to bring on the other guest.
Yes, we do.
Okay, speaking about our other guests, I'm very, very honored and delighted to introduce to you, our audience, and for me to be exposed to these wonderful people who are known as the Exotik Robotz. It's a trio, it's an electronic pop group based in New York with international flavors, so to speak, international origins. And they are composed of the Gambian gem, Princess of the Gambian nation, Cristina Blaine, the American, Phil Cadet, who currently is in Hawaii, and Nick Atkinson from Western Australia. And we are honored to introduce to you both Cristina Blaine and American Phil Cadet. Well, his first name is not American. It's Phil Cadet.
Nick Atkinson. Phil.
right.
I was gonna
Nick
say.
Atkinson, I'm sorry. I'm going in the wrong order here. Nick Atkinson and Cristina Blaine.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome.
everybody.
Thanks for listening in.
Yeah.
Well, we listened to part of your music, and great instrumentation, great vocal harmonies, very energetic. Tell us a little bit about your band and how you got together.
Wow. Well, I met Nick first. We met at work, and I noticed that every time we talk, we'd be talking about music. Like, we loved some of the same music and some of the same artists. And then one day Nick was putting on a show, and I sneakily asked him if I could sing do a duet in one of the songs, and he said yes. So he put on his show, and we actually did a duet. It's a Frank and Nancy Sinatra song called "Something Stupid."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And
great.
we did a cover of that.
Well, let's
and,
hear a few lines.
You
I
go.
know I spend. What is it?
I can't remember it now. Actually, it was so long ago.
Yeah, it was a long
We'll
time
sing
ago.
something
We'll
else.
sing
Something else down
And
the
something
line.
stupid.
But
Anyway,
There
it's
you
something
go.
stupid.
there we go.
We got it. We got it.
But then we got together and we put a band together because we didn't really want to be doing standards as such, which is what I'd done with that first gig. And then one of our very good friends, Javier, came to see one of our shows one day and said, listen, if you guys are going to do this and you want to be serious about it, what's the point of doing covers? Why don't you write your own music? And by this stage we'd met Phil. Phil, who's not with us, he's over in Hawaii today working on the fantastic project over there. But then the songwriting process kind of came pretty easy after that. It's just a matter of making the leap of faith and doing it. And we decided one day to all bring an idea for our next rehearsal for a song, and by the end of that session we had 3 original songs. So
Yeah, I mean, we've all sort of, especially Nick and I, we've always written. I've always written. I've always kept a journal my whole life, even up until now. So.
Did you write music or lyrics or both?
You know, I wrote poetry and just life stuff, but I always wrote almost every day. I wrote a little bit. So I think that when the time came to try to write a song, it wasn't too daunting because I had written for so long. And then I had these guys and they brought their ideas, and so we would just
Now, you all got together in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
in Brooklyn,
Yes.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
And we found, we saw Phil playing piano in a bar. He's an incredibly talented musician.
Yes.
We asked him to come and sort of jam out with us and see if it was a good fit, and it just was this perfect mesh. The three of us sort of work as this perfect little triangle of creativity, bouncing ideas back off each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like that's why in every song we're always doing sort of combined harmonies. Phil will be doing a rap on something, or we might all do bits and pieces of a rap. And
Actually, in that song, In Time, I'm not a big rap fan, but I listened to that song over and over before the broadcast, and I actually understood the lyrics of the rap, and
Oh,
it
that's
made
great.
sense, and it really flowed with the song.
Thank you.
Well, I know
Thank
Phil. I actually spoke to him before we got here today because I said, "Is there anything I wanted to bring up?" And you know, Phil's incredibly intelligent. He's a very huge fan of Ray Kurzweil. A couple of great books of his, The Age of Spiritual Machines and The Singularity is Near, and he's very much a futurist and very positive about the future. The idea of the marriage of human sensitivity and artificial intelligence making the world a better place. So we're kind of that song In Time is kind of it really sort of sums up our philosophy towards our music. It's very positive. We're all in this together. We're all one. You know, going all the way back to the dinosaurs to now. You know, everything.
We're all
Both
connected.
of you do not look anything like robots.
Oh,
You
I was
look
kinda
exotic for
I was
don't
sure.
know
kind of
that.
hoping that we did.
Yeah, how'd you come up with your name, your band name?
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, we were looking at, anyone who's ever put a band together has obviously gone through this. You try to find a name, you find a name that you finally love, and then you look it up and somebody has it.
Everybody.
And you're
has
like,
one.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, we all knew that we were all into robots. Like, Nick's been into robots since he was a kid. I've always loved robots too, for some reason. So, we knew we wanted robots in the name, but you look up bad robots, somebody's got it. Robots, somebody's got it. So, I thought one day I was like, you know what? We're all from somewhere else, which is really unique. We're from completely different parts of the world. And I thought, wow, we're kind of an exotic band. And I thought, oh, well, what about exotic robots?
Yeah.
And then I looked it up,
Yeah.
and nobody had it, and that was it. So
Perfect.
yeah, we were lucky,
Well, I just want to let our audience know that you can find the band on the internet at www.exotikrobots.com, and that is spelled EXOTIK
Yes.
ROBOTZ.com.
Or
Exactly.
Zed. We say where I'm from and where Nick's from probably as well.
Yeah, we say that over there.
Yeah.
But then that was it, going back to the idea with Exotik Robotz, it's that combination of the mechanical, the electronica with live instrumentation, live vocals. Every one of our songs comes from the realm of electronica, but we have at least one live instrument, whether it's a cello, a beautiful acoustic guitar, or Phil's incredible keyboard on there. It's that combination of man and machine.
I think there's a thread running through the entire theme of who you are and what you do, and that is to say that you are exotic in your persona and exotic in the music in terms of bringing in unique music and the unique individual and blending sounds of the instrumentation and the actual sounds themselves. I can tell that. And now we'd like to play your second song. So RJ, what is the second song?
This
Nick?
next one's actually just a fun, silly
This is
dance
a fun,
song.
silly dance song
We
that
wanted-
Nick and I actually wrote during one of the storms. It was
Hurricane Irene.
It was Hurricane Irene. We were stuck. We had nowhere to go. We just sat up in his bedroom and wrote it in about 5 minutes. But it's fun. It's silly. It's
like a
dancey,
silly dancey
club
party
music.
song.
So enjoy.
Okay, RJ, here we go.
Hit it.